All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the French Open final, and it's a bit of a weird final. We've got, obviously, not so weird to see Mirra Andreeva in a final of a Grand Slam. We knew that this day was going to be coming sometime, and, she's done it at 19 years old, one of the youngest Grand Slam finalists in recent times, but she's taken on a quali. She's taken on Maja Chwalinska, who has been the surprise of the tournament. We've had a lot of surprises this tournament, but she has been the surprise finalist out of the bunch. Even the quarterfinals, there was not too many. There was a couple unseeded players here and there, but for the ladies, she has been the surprise. She's come through a great lot of players as well. She hasn't played any top 10 players, but a couple of former top 10 players in Sakkari and Zhang, and then took out Schneider in the last round, and she has only lost the one set in the main draw. So very, very impressive run for her. But let's see. Let's see what's going on. They're removing the covers in Birmingham. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on that as well. By the way, where's Mish? We need Mish to be on the scene. Mish, are you here? Are you here, Mish? Are you here? All right. They should be out on court any moment. We have to do a little bit of... we will finish the Eala match. Don't worry. If you're here for the Eala match, we will finish that match too. It'll just be in two parts, and that's fine. I just watched the highlight of Mirra in the semis. She played really smart. She has my vote. Okay, she is the favorite. Kind of the heavy favorite too, to win this one. She is the heavy favorite. I'm just having a look at the weather for Birmingham because I don't think. God, it's going to rain pretty bad. I don't think they're going to last 5 minutes. I feel like they're being optimistic, taking the covers off. It's going to rain again. I think they're optimistic. It's going to piss down rain in like 10 minutes. If the players come out, by the way, I thought they were going to inflate the court. Obviously, that didn't happen. But don't worry. The Eala's match will be... we will get to it. Chwalinska is a tennis artist. Yeah, she's been playing great. She has been playing great. Interesting to see how Mirra handles this situation. Oh, yeah. This is a very awkward player to play. We've been talking about that all week, and we've seen so many players struggle with Chwalinska's game. It's been very, very tough. Now they're coming back. They're coming on court in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and then they'll start playing in probably 10 or 15. Because they'll do like a whole song and dance. They'll do the anthem, French anthem and stuff. So, yeah. Eala versus Chwalinska will be a fun matchup. It might happen. It might end up happening. All right. Chwalinska versus Andreeva. What a weird final. Andreeva being here is not so weird. Definitely not weird Andreeva being here. But definitely strange to see a qualifier in the final of Roland Garros. Considering the WTA has been pretty... the top 10 players have been pretty consistent. And to have no top 10 player matchup in the final is sort of random. Eala's going to restart soon. Is it? I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, they're getting the court ready, but they might come out for a game. I don't think the weather's gonna be okay. But don't worry, we are gonna be. We will keep an eye on it. At first, I was disappointed that the last top player. But this is turned out to be very good. I'm excited too. I think this is going to be a very interesting final. I don't think we're going to have... I don't think this will be boring. So much pressure on Andreeva as well, which will be interesting to see how she handles it. Andreeva will be pissed off if she loses. Of course, everybody's pissed off when they lose, right? Where is Alex? Alex, her match was delayed, but it looks like it might be coming on. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Again, I think if Eala Eala and Masarova come out on court, I reckon they play one game and then it rains again anyway. I'm looking at the radar and it looks like bad. Like, it looks bad. I'm a little surprised that they're coming back out so quickly. It looked like for sure they were gonna pack it in for a couple hours, but if they finish that match, that would be kind of incredible. All right, stadium at Roland Garros is starting to pack up. Or starting to pack out. And we are ready to go. Chwalinska will have nothing to lose, as she was expected to lose several rounds ago. Yeah, true. She wasn't supposed to make the first round. I mean, she was supposed to lose in the first round to Zheng. Like, I had Zheng in the quarters. Hey, thank you, Sadiq, for the donation. Starts in about 10 minutes. It'll start in 10 minutes. By the way, where's our resident British correspondent? Have we got any here? Just look at the weather forecast. They got thunder and lightning all day now. Where? In Paris or where? Who do I have winning? I have Andreeva winning in 3. Happy that Sasha won yesterday. I will watch the replay. Yeah, go watch it. He played really well. Sasha's been playing so well this week. This will be an interesting match. Yeah, very interesting match. Yeah, look, I'm looking at the radar chat. We might miss I'm not going to start the Eala stream because I'm looking at the radar and it is looking ugly. Like, I'm shocked at that. Are they not looking at the radar? I am shocked that they're coming back. All right, they're doing here we go. Literally a song and dance. Here we go. Doing some, got a couple of dances on the court to start this one. Yeah, Eala and like Masarova Eala match, that won't end. That won't finish. We need where's Joanne? Is Joanne here? Joanne and is Mish still here? Mish might have gone out to lunch because it was raining. The umpire's checking the court. They're going to try and come back out. They're going to get like 2 points done and it's going to rain. It's going to rain worse than before. I think Kabali has a chance. Oh, yeah. Kabali has for sure has a chance. For sure he has a chance. Host said is expected to return in 10-15 minutes. Weather went brighter. Took off the covers. Now drying the courts. Okay. Wait, did you say the host we expected to be back in 10-15 minutes? Okay. What's the weather look like, though? What's the skies look like? Because on the radar, it says it's going to absolutely bucket down in like 5 minutes. But I'm not there, so... Oh, geez, where all these people come from? What the hell? All these random... There was 2 people dancing, and then there's about 20. They're messing up the clay. Yeah, we got Mish down on the grounds at Birmingham. Eala's match has been rain delayed, but we're going to get back to it when it restarts. Don't worry, we will finish Eala's match. Even if it slots in here somewhere. Why do they keep showing the studio still? Yeah, I'm seeing on the interpretive dancing. Chad, if it starts raining in 5 minutes, I'm going to apply for the job at weatherman at the local weather station. Let's have a look. Where the hell are we? So Wolverhampton. There's so much rain. I don't know why are they not looking at the radar? The umpire's checking the courts. He doesn't think it's who the hell is this guy? This guy's just poking holes in the court. Sky is brighter but still cloudy. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Look, we have I am prepared. I'm just not up. I'm looking at the radar and it's looking absolutely terrible. Umpires checking the courts too. They might not come out until well, the umpires picking up. Yeah, they're all checking the courts, making sure that there's because there's just scuffs at the back of the court because of the rain has scuffed it up. The umpire's picking up dirt. Don't worry, we'll get to the Eala match. By the way, the sun's come out in Paris, which is lovely. Yeah, they're just picking up a bunch of dirt on the court. They haven't started yet. When has Cam ever watched another match during a slam final? See, this is why I didn't want to do it, because we get people coming in and I don't want charging. You've been here for a minute. You know the deal. This is why we needed the Eala match to finish, because I don't want to watch a double header in a final. I hate it when we'd have to do it for 500s. That's the most annoying. The weather had other plans. Just curious. Yeah, I know. I know you're not having a go, but I'm waiting for. There'll be others. There will be others. Is the Queen's Draw out yet? No, it comes out in I think it comes out in a couple of hours. It comes out after this final, I think. By the way, men's final will be this time tomorrow as well, so lock it in. This time tomorrow, men's final will also be a go. Stuttgart draw just came out about an hour ago, yeah. Final should be 5 thoughts. Yep, five sets. Thoughts? Yes. Yes. I would love that. I would love that. Where's Joanne? Joanne's been really good with the weather today. Oh, they got the trophy in their hands. What? Don't dance with the trophy. Oh, no. Don't run with the trophy. Don't run with the trophy. Oh, God. Don't drop it. Shit. They're all holding it up. Oh. All right, everybody clap nervously. Put it down now. All right, we got it. Put it down, please. God, if he drops it, I'm going to scream. The lid might come off. Be careful. Be careful. Don't drop the trophy. Be careful. Eric.
Thanks for the great coverage over the last 2 weeks. I think it's time to give Conchita her props. Do you think she is a top 3 active coach on the WTA? Let's go, Mirra.
Yeah, she's got to be. I mean, remember in Indian Wells when she was getting fired by the internet? How far we've come since then. By the way, how long have we been off with Eala and Masarova? How long has it been? Thank you for the 20. That's very generous. How long has it been? Because they might have to do another warm-up. Zverev will dominate Kaboli, most likely. No way he doesn't take advantage of this opportunity. Well, we'll see. Kaboli played ridiculously well in Munich a couple of weeks ago. All right. They've left a towel in the middle of the net. The dancers didn't clean the court after they left. By the way, Mish, do they have a start time? Have they given a start time? Sorry to be a pain in the ass. I'm not hearing anything on my end. By the way, chat, if Chwalinska wins this tournament, she'll be not the youngest. She'll be the lowest ranked player to ever win Roland Garros, beating Swiatek's record of being 54 in the world and winning this tournament. So she will be by far the lowest ranked player to ever win this tournament and the only qualifier to win the tournament. She's already in the final, which is the first time for that. So here we go. How about Eala's match? Will it start today? Or it should be coming back soon. By the way, Brad Pitt's in the house. My doppelganger. And yeah, only the second time a qualifier's been in the final of a Grand Slam. Raducanu was the other one. So, Raducanu was the other one. Umpire's looking at the sky. Oh, Mish, that's you. Yeah, I'm looking as well. I can see the umpire doing that too. I'm looking. I'm looking at this radar saying it's going to start raining in 3 minutes, and it's going to rain for like an hour and a half. Come on, my reputation as a weatherman is on the line. Please, come on, come on, weather gods, rain, make me look smart. All right, I don't know who these other famous people are, but they must be famous. Who do you think will win this? I think Mirra in 3. I think Mirra in 3 as well. I think Mirra in 3 as well. Brad Pitt is there. Yes, he is. Brad Pitt is there. Mary Pierce is giving out the trophy, by the way, for when the winner is announced. All right. The sun's out at Roland Garros. We are ready. We are prepared for this Grand Slam final, which has been a crazy event. This has been a crazy tournament. We've had the craziest results on both sides, men and women. It has been a Grand Slam to remember. It has been a Grand Slam to remember. It's going to rain in like 1 minute, according to the internet. The players are coming out on court. There's no way they were going to play this whole match. Players are back on court. Yeah, there's no way they're going to play this match. It's going to rain in like 5 seconds. It's going to rain in 40 seconds. Mish, look at the sky and tell me if it's going to rain. We'll base it off your... Do we restart the stream? I'm going to base it on... Are they going to warm up? Are they going to do a warm-up or what? Mish, what's your expert opinion on the ground? What do you think? No pressure. Will they restart this match? Will it end? That's so stupid. Why can't they look at the radar? Yeah, right? I'm looking at the radar, maybe, but they're there, so they would know better than us. By the way, if Andreeva does win this, she'll be the third... what did I say? What was it? Third teenager, I think, to win this tournament. All right, the trophy's there. If you're confident, we'll kick back off. Umpire still looks at the sky. He's making me nervous. It should be the first player born after 2005 to win a slam. So there you go. This is shit. Players are back on court, and it's starting to drizzle. It is starting to drizzle. Masarova's checking the court a little bit. Why are they... By the way, this is actually not a good idea, because if it is going to rain again, or if it is still wet, this is bad for the players. Like this, are they going to warm up? I think they're going to warm up as well, right? Or is Masarova just going to start? Are they going to warm up? They're not going to... Why didn't they close the roof? No, by the way, we're not talking about Roland Garros. It's not raining at Roland Garros. We're talking about Birmingham. Now, here's Cam with the weather. Oh, no, he got fired because he miscalculated. God, why can't I be a good... Chat, I was trying to be a good weatherman. It's starting to rain again. Chat, it's starting to rain again. Chat, I am the greatest weatherman. The players don't want to play. Umpire, call it off for at least 2 hours so we can watch the French Open. Eala and Masarova want to watch Roland Garros, all right? Let them watch it. Let them watch Roland Garros. Chad, I'm the greatest weatherman that never got a job as a weatherman. Yeah, just put the covers back on, everybody. Why not? They hit like 3 balls. All right. I have no idea who's serving first in this one, but we are ready to go. God, I get so nervous when we start finals. I'm always like, Grand Slams make me nervous. They got the broomsticks out again. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's starting to piss down rain now. Chat. All right. Here we go. Sorry, all the weather updates are not for Roland Garros, by the way. Roland Garros is fine. Everything at Roland Garros is fine. This is updates in Birmingham. It's starting to rain in Birmingham for the other match. There's no, like, why would these players want to play on this court? No, not if it's slippery. Come on now. We can't be doing this. We can't be risking these players' health for a challenger. Just call it for 2 hours. We'll get back to it later, all right? I'm definitely not saying this for selfish reasons. I'm definitely not saying it because I want this. Umbrellas are out. Yeah, come on now. Come on now. Just let everybody go. Nobody wants to sit in the rain and watch nothing. Let everybody in the stadium go watch Roland Garros and we can all come back together and watch Birmingham later when it's nice. The umpire's looking at the sky. Come on, umpire. Just make the call. Come on. You know you want to watch Roland Garros, umpire. He's looking up there going, I wonder if the French Open started yet. It has. All right, here we go. Lions people are finding their marks. Woo, and we're about to start. Oh, here we go, chat. We are about to begin. And we are about to begin. Here we go. They're bringing out the balls. We are ready to go. Do your weather setup? No. No time for that. Mish, what's the update on the ground? We got people in the crowd for this. We're stepping up in the world. We got professional. We've got people on the ground actually at the stadium telling us the weather updates. Yeah, it is very windy, by the way. Not all of this is not at Roland Garros. Players are at the chairs, stood up. Alex has got the umbrella and talking to the ball kid. Okay. By the way, I can see in the back in Birmingham, I can see there's a bunch of people waiting to come out and get the tarps. I can see it. They're all standing there ready to run. And they're trying to dry these courts. Not worth it. Don't risk it. All right, here we go. Players about to walk out on court. Newsflash is raining in England. God, that's a first. Chwalinska's got her legs strapped, but we've been seeing that all week. Birmingham used to be a 250, yeah. And then Queen's Cup came along and it got downgraded. These guys are running around with broomsticks. Yeah, they're just pushing water around the court. Like it's not doing anything. Mish, is it still raining? I think the umpire is still deciding, looking up at the sky. Yeah, come on, umpire, just do us all a favor. We just needed to start pouring and then... But there's no, if you're a player, you don't want to play on this court. Grass is so dangerous when it's wet. Again, all of the... Just so you know, chat, Roland Garros is fine. The sun's out. Paris is great. We're talking about Birmingham because we're trying to finish the rest of that match eventually. And I owe it to the Philippines audience to finish that match when it comes back. It's only got half a set, so don't stress. All right, Chwalinska comes out first. Chwalinska comes out first for her first ever Grand Slam final. As a qualifier, the second player to ever do that. All right. Paris is very windy, yeah. Mirra Andreeva, who is the favorite here. This is not going to be easy for her. If she wins this easily, that would be so, so impressive. Umpire's still trying to check the court. We'll get back to Alex. Don't worry. There's nothing going on with Alex at the moment. Nothing has happened with Alex at the moment. Umpire talking to Alex earlier. Now he's checking the ground. Thank you, Mish, for the update. Andreeva walks out. Here we go. Andreeva on the court. Here we go. Andreeva on court. God, I'm nervous for her more than anything. I'm nervous for her. Like Andreeva, this is a moment, right? This is exactly where like we were expecting her to be, like we were hoping that she'd be, right? But like this is such an opportunity. If she was playing Sabalenka or somebody else, she'd be like, oh, you know, good for her to make the final. But like this is a slam up for grabs, and these things are hard to win, especially right now in the WTA. It's so competitive. You know, there's so many Grand Slam champions, and the chances of winning a slam are so hard. So this is like golden opportunity. It's exactly like Zverev, right? Zverev has a golden opportunity when Sinner and Alcaraz are not around, and Djokovic, like both Sinner and Andreeva, this is a humongous chance. And if they lose, especially, I mean, Zverev tomorrow, we'll talk about that later, but like Andreeva, if she doesn't win this slam, it's not guaranteed that she's going to make another final anytime soon. We've got Raducanu, Swiatek, Gauff, Sabalenka, Anisimova, Pegula, Svitolina, Kostyuk. I don't know, name every single player in the top 20. Does playing a qualifier add pressure? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, there's pressure on Chwalinska as well, but, I mean, she didn't expect to be here 3 weeks ago. Right? So, huge moment. She played really well against Kostyuk as well. Like, that was a very, very solid match. I'm rooting for Gaboli. By the way, I think they're sweeping this court because they know it's going to rain and they're just waiting for it to rain more. That's what they're doing. They're just stalling. The players haven't even warmed up yet. All right. Here we go. They're warming up. Sun's out in Paris. Sun is out in Paris. I have a feeling Andreeva will implode. I hope not. That'd be such a shame. Hey, Sebi, thank you for the 35 months. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 35 months. Players warming up now. Thank you, Mish. Keep us updated. All right. We are all warming up here as well. Yeah, by the way, apparently the emojis aren't working for the members, but that's a YouTube issue, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is out of my control. But hopefully they fix it. By the way, Chad, I'm looking at the radar, and again, we might miss. I don't think Eala's match is going to finish in 10 minutes. If it does, we'll watch her in the final tomorrow. But we will get back to the Eala match if or when it gets back. Again, I'm looking at this. It's supposed to pour rain in about 10 minutes. It's supposed to be really bad. So I don't know. But we'll see. Let's see if this RG has left a little... Wait, what? Has left a little bit of normality. Yeah. If the winners are Andreeva and Zverev, if you just get amnesia for 2 weeks, you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. What happened to Sinner? I don't know. Like they're not random champions if it's Zverev and Andreeva. Like they were always going to win a slam, right? They were always, on the they were always supposed to win a slam. Josh.
Boris Becker is out of the clink and on TNT.
Cool. Yep. Thank you, Josh. That's been forever. It's been a couple of years, but thank you. Appreciate it. 3 minutes to start. We'll see what happens. Brad Pitt's at the stadium for this one. There's probably a lot of celebrities there today. I think Brad Pitt's filming a movie or something. I saw for like motorbikes or something. So yeah, I think he's in there because he's doing a movie. By the way, if this radar must be... Where's Joanne? Joanne knows what's up. Who did Pitt pick to win? I have no idea. All right. They've never played before, which is not surprising. First time meeting between these two. Just got back. I'll have a look. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate it. By the way, Eala is serving. We will keep up to date with this match. Do not worry. The Eala fans, thank you for sticking around. They're just warming up their last couple of serves. I really don't want to start a stream for 2 points and then kick it off again. I really don't want to do that. All right. The Eala score hasn't started. They haven't started again. They haven't restarted yet. They're still warming up. Lazy Cam. Oh yeah, that's one way to describe me, lazy. You nailed it. I'm the laziest person in tennis. All right, here we go. They're about to warm up. Oh, so they're about to start. I'm not sure who's going to serve here. But I can't, man, start of a slam final is also so nerve-wracking. I'm nervous. I'm not even playing. Who you got, chat? Who you got? Chwalinska's going to serve. The trophy's right there, staring them in the face. There's no getting away from what is at stake. It's right there on the court, or on the back. It's right there at the arena. Here we go. It's going to be Chwalinska to serve. I've got to go with... I went on Andreeva in 3. I reckon this is going to be awkward. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. Oh, double fault to start. That is a nervous start. That is a nervous start. Love 15. Masarova's serving. She's at love 15 as well. As we return now to the forehand of Chwalinska. Backhand from Andreeva at the line. Chwalinska backhand cross court. Andreeva puts up a lob. And Chwalinska with a bounce smash. Straight to Andreeva. Slice forehand goes in the forehand of Chwalinska. And it lands in. And the crowd go wild. 15-all. I think Chwalinska's got the crowd a little bit as well. I reckon they're probably on her side. Eala's got 15-30. I honestly don't have a favorite here. I guess Mirra. Okay. All right, 15 all. And Chwalinska serves again. Oh, Masarova has a massive serve. When she starts to get going, Masarova's going to be so dangerous. That serve is not going to keep her down for long. As that goes out by Andreeva, and it's 30-15. 30 all, by the way, for Masarova and Eala. All right, serve again from Chwalinska. 30-15. Yeah, it's pretty bright out there. This is the first time we're seeing the sun for the week, I think, at Roland Garros. Backing up the line into the slice of Chwalinska. Point out from Andreeva. Chwalinska goes again. The forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand again. Andreeva again to the backhand slice. Chwalinska. There's a drop shot. Andreeva gets it over the pass. Great pickup from Andreeva, and it's 30-all. 30-all. All. As Chwalinska serves again. Serving to the backhand of Andreeva. Return goes back into Chwalinska. Andreeva forehand. Again to the drop shot of Chwalinska. That's a great shot. Andreeva gets there with a slice in the net. That drop shot's going to be a killer today. Yep, Eala and Masarova are back. Masarova's got advantage. Masarova hits it in the net, deuce. I'm just waiting 5 minutes because I'm looking at the radar and there's a big blotch of rain coming. And to be honest, I don't want to start a stream. It's going to last 20 seconds. The umpire's looking at the sky as well. Mish, are you still here? As we have a forehand now from Chwalinska to the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska. Slice. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand again. Goes long. We get to deuce. First game. Two great drop shots, but also some couple of errors. Nervous start to both for both these ladies. Still here? Okay. How's it looking? As we forehand out of the forehand of Chwalinska. Forehand out from Andreeva. As a winner. Andreeva's got a break point. Eala's got a break point too, by the way. As Masarova hits it in the net and Eala breaks 4-2. Masarova smacks the ball straight back. Jesus, she's not happy. All right. Can't watch Andreeva. So thanks for the stream. No, Mitch, you can't leave. Forehand up. We need your help. Forehand passing shot from Andreeva, but too good on the volley from Chwalinska. Whoops. And we get to deuce. By the way, be nice. We have Eala fans have been keeping up to date with Eala. Relax. What a drop volley. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. Alex is up 4-2. As we slice now the backhand of Andreeva. Backhand up from Chwalinska. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand. Into the backhand of Andreeva. It's Chwalinska with the backhand on the stretch. Andreeva forehand. Again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Forehand from Andreeva slice. Chwalinska goes with a drop shot, but it's going to go wide. Advantage Andreeva. Advantage Andreeva. I meant can't watch the video match, so all I can do is listen to your stream. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you were leaving the stream. But like, hey guys, we need your help for the weather. By the way, I think Eala's just pointing out to the umpire that is it raining again, Mish? Or is it not raining? Is it drizzling? I can't see any umbrellas. All right, advantage Andreeva, first game. As the return goes in the forehand of Chwalinska. That's too good. We get the deuce. Drizzling. The umpire just keeps looking up. Or keeps looking around. All right, we get the deuce. By the way, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. What a start. Rule 5 in effect. Thank you, Deb. By the way, to the Eala fans, if we do miss the end of this one, I apologize. We will watch her in the final tomorrow, though. She looks like she might. She's only 6 points away. She might win. We will watch her tomorrow, though. Don't worry. There's going to find out the backhand of Andreeva. Backhand out from Chwalinska on the stretch. Eala backhand again. Sorry, shit. Andreeva again. As we before, this is why we don't do double headers. Andreeva hits the winner. She's got another break point. Advantage Andreeva. Long first game. But don't worry, we will not miss Eala winning a title. Don't you worry. Even if it does cross over with the Zverev match, we'll have to... Chad, I'm warning you tomorrow. Do not give us grief if we have to do a doubleheader tomorrow. That's the way of the world. As we have a forehand now from Chwalinska. Forehand from Andreeva is Chwalinska. Forehand again to the backhand of Andreeva. As Chwalinska backhand cross court. Andreeva gets on the stretch. Chwalinska up the middle. Into the back of Andreeva. She hits a winner. Andreeva breaks first game. All right. Eala, by the way, she's at 40-15. And she tries to get to 5-2. And tries to finish this match before it rains again. She gets to 5-2. Eala is one game away from getting to the final. All right. Focus on the final. Hey, why don't you relax, buddy? Andreeva leads in all categories. Service, return, forehand, backhand, and movement. Chwalinska's movement's pretty good, though, but Andreeva still leads in all categories. And she also leads in the match with a break. One love. Is Eala's match about to get rained out? Or am I blind? I think I'm blind. All right, one love. Andreeva with a break. Good start. As the return goes in, the forehand of Andreeva up the line to the forehand of Chwalinska. Passing shot's too good. From Chwalinska. And it's love 15. I hear heavy rain at Alex's match. Mish, how can you... By the way, I'll tell you this. Masarova, I wouldn't be surprised if she starts... I mean, she should... if it starts raining any part of the rain, she should try and stop. By the way, umbrellas are all up. I don't know why they're playing. Yeah, now it's pissing rain. All right, love 15. As a return goes into the forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva misses it wide. Love 30. Yeah, Masarova should be campaigning against playing because she's down. She needs to get off the court to regroup. Umpire checking. All right. Eala's like, let's go. Fair enough. Eala wants to play. Masarova does not. As we just served down the tee, the forehand of Chwalinska. Return goes in. The forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand again. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand. Up the line again. Andreeva goes up the line again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva forehand now. Again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva forehand again. As Chwalinska slices it back. Andreeva backhand, inside out. Good shot. Chwalinska gets back with a forehand. An off, like a righty forehand, which is the opposite for her. Doesn't matter anyway, because the drop shot's a winner by Andreeva. 15-30. 15-30. Well, I thank you, Sebi, for the 35 months. I don't know if I thanked you for that. The brooms are out over in Birmingham. They're drying the courts. Is it raining though? It looks like it's raining in Birmingham. 15-30. It's all right. I won't be a weatherman. As we're going to forehand now to the backhand of Andreeva. Andreeva missed it up the line. 15-40. Break back points. Less stumbling while talking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as perfect as I can. 15-40. Yeah, I thought I didn't have a boss. Been bossed around a lot. 15-40. I started streaming to not have a boss. As we're to up the line into the forehand of Chwalinska. Chwalinska gets it out 30-40. When I started streaming, it was to get away from a boss. And now I have 300,000 bosses. 30-40. We know your limitations. Bro, you don't know me at all. As with a serve, is a fault from Andreeva. Second serve, 30-40. Congrats on 300k. Thank you. Appreciate it. Chat, you're not as bad as having an actual boss. Trust. As with a forehand from Chwalinska into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska forehand. Again to the backhand of Andreeva. As Chwalinska goes again with a forehand. Andreeva's there with the backhand again. Chwalinska's just doing moon balls. Waiting for Andreeva to make an error. Now Andreeva hits a forehand on the stretch, and she hits it deep into the court. Chwalinska's way out of court. Andreeva. Cross-court backhand. Chwalinska gets it back. As Andreeva, now it's pouring. As with a backhand out by Andreeva. We're back on serve 1-1. Chat, I am a weatherman. I was just a little bit early. It is pouring in Birmingham. Chat, they should have listened to me 30 minutes ago. You get angry. You get angry a lot. Okay, yeah. You come here. Are you here all the time? Covers are on. All right. Eala's match has been delayed. Eala fans, we will get to the Eala match when it comes back later. Hopefully after this final. 1-1. Yes, I can still be a weatherman. Let's go. Oh, okay. All right, 1-1. 2 breaks to start this match. Nerve-wracking start for both. Chwalinska to serve. Double fault. Love 15. It's raining in Birmingham. Vindicated. Chat, I told you. Did I not tell you? One in the chat if you remember me telling you about Birmingham rain. I was just 30 minutes late. But that's the rain's fault. Eala will probably come back in about an hour. As we're serving now the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand out from Chwalinska to the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska forehand again to the backhand of Andreeva. Up the line to the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva gets it back with the backhand. Chwalinska forehand goes in though. Inside in forehand winner. It's 15-0. 15-0. Rain expected till 4 p.m. What's the time now, Mish? Is it 2:40? By my calculations. Eala's match suspended again. Yep. Rain in England isn't news. It's actually is. 15-0. All right. Let's focus on Roland Garros. As a backhand return, goes in the backhand of Chwalinska. Forehand now from Andreeva. As Andreeva backhand. I caught it. Another forehand from Andreeva up the line to the forehand of Chwalinska. Andreeva forehand again. Into the forehand of Chwalinska with a slice. Andreeva backhand up the line. That's a great shot. Too good. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. It's 2:40? Okay. All right, 15-30. We've already had 2 breaks to start this match. All right, first serve is a fault from Chwalinska. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Good return, the forehand of Chwalinska. Shank return. Goes long, and it's 15-40 Andreeva to get the break. Again. Who's more nervous? I'll be honest. I think they're both very nervous. I don't think there's... It's whoever will settle their nerves first will hold serve, right? I mean, we're playing... It's a bit of an ugly start. Very ugly start. Very ugly start. 15-40. As Chwalinska serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. I feel like Mirra's going to settle in earlier, though, because she's been here and done that. So she might be nervous for a couple of games, but Chwalinska might be nervous for, a few more, right? Serving to the forehand of Andreeva. Return goes into the backhand of Chwalinska. Sliced into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska. Backhand cross court. Andreeva gets it back with a forehand. Chwalinska with a slice. Deep into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand again. Cross court into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska forehand Into that Andreeva backhand. Andreeva hits it wide. It's 30-40. Now remember, chat, Andreeva's got to keep her cool. Which means no yelling, no breaking rackets, no getting frustrated. As long as possible, right? Because obviously, these conditions are very frustrating. It's very, very windy. And you're playing against someone who's not going to give you much to play with. And we saw that with Schneider. Schneider got really pissed off after, like, in the first set and lost the first set, lost the match, right? Andreeva needs to not. By the way, they're pitching a tent in. That sounds weird. They're blowing up the balloon in Birmingham. Where's Mish? Mish probably told us that already. They're making the dome. So Birmingham know it's going to rain. See, chap? Say what? Birmingham, it's raining. Anyways, backhand return into the forehand of Chwalinska. Backhand from Andreeva to the backhand of Chwalinska into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand. You know what I said, chat. I said, we're talking about the other match. Drop shot. No good. It's not very, it's good lob though from Andreeva. Chwalinska with a bounce smash. No, she hits a forehand instead. But shanks it wide. This is an ugly start to the match. Andreeva with a little bit of a clinch fist. Gets the break. 2-1. And Conchita Martin is giving all the tips. All right. Yeah, they're inflating the covers in Birmingham. 3 breaks to start us off. 3 breaks to start us off. It's windy out there. It's ugly. It's the final of Roland Garros. I'll tell you what, if it's like this tomorrow, that's advantage Zverev. Because Caboli, we saw in that first set against FAA, that it was super windy and he did not play well. So if it's windy tomorrow, that's going to help Zverev a lot. If it's good conditions or if it's indoors, because it could rain tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, it could rain. I don't know if the forecast. But yeah, if it's similar conditions tomorrow, that's probably bad for Caboli. He needs to keep things. He needs it to be as nice as possible, so that he can hit clean. All right. Yeah, they're inflating the covers. That means they ain't coming back for a couple hours. Don't worry, Eala fans. We will not miss the end of her match. All right. Andreeva's got the break 2-1. But we've had 3 breaks to start, so here we go. As a return. Goes into the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand from Chwalinska. No. Goes out from Andreeva. And it's 15. 20 minutes for 3 games, too. This has been a marathon. By the way, chat, are we 1,000 likes? Nearly. Come on, we can get to 1,000 likes. We're only in the 4th game. That's crazy. This might be the biggest French Open final we've ever watched. On the women's side. As we find out the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska. Cross court to the forehand of Andreeva up the line to the slice of Chwalinska. But Chwalinska hits it long and wide, and it's 15 all. 15 all. Conchita coached Muguruza as well. Yeah, she did. Did she coach Muguruza to a slam? Can't remember. Did she jump on coaching Muguruza back in like 2015? Can't remember. I think she was coaching Muguruza when she won the WTA finals. So she was? Okay. She knows how to win slams. And she's also won slams herself. Just didn't win the French Open. Oh, Wimbledon. Okay, there you go. Oh, I didn't know if she was like... I knew she was coaching her like later in... like after those slams, but I didn't know if she was coaching her at the same time. All right, 15-30. Double fault. This is a nervous Grand Slam final so far. Nerves are real. As Andreeva serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska on the stretch with a slice in the net. Good shot from Andreeva. Andreeva's just hitting big loopy shots that... because remember, Chwalinska's not tall, right? So hitting big, high, loopy shots is going to be really awkward for Chwalinska to have to hit above her shoulders, right? And with the wind as well, definitely, like, we've seen the players hit it hard to Chwalinska and not get the reward. So Andreeva is playing smart to start. She hits a backhand again up the line. Oh, that misses though. 30-40. Break point for Chwalinska to get back on serve. To get back on serve. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Guys, so windy out there too. It's so windy. Second serve, double fault. Oh, man. Double faults are killing them both. 4 games, 22 minutes, 4 breaks. This ain't pretty. All right. And again, we just got to keep an eye on the patience of Andreeva, because these conditions, we know Chwalinska can play well in. She's been playing well in these windy conditions. But Andreeva, this has got to be frustrating. This is going to annoy her. But she's got to keep her cool. Second she gets annoyed, she'll start to lose. And Chwalinska will start to... She'll be like, oh, you're angry. All right, let's go. All right. Tough start for both. No holds a serve. No one is holding. All right. As we get a forehand wide by Andreeva. Mirra appears in the house. She's giving out the trophy. 2000 champion. Last French Open champion. Right? She was the last player to win the French Open from France. Pretty sure. As a return goes out by Andreeva. 30 love. They're inflating the top in Birmingham. Yeah, they are. They're setting in for the long haul. All right, 23 minutes into this one. As Chwalinska serves again. Into the front of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand into the Andreeva forehand. Chwalinska goes again with a drop shot. Andreeva's going to get there. And Chwalinska with a lob volley over the top of Andreeva's. Too good. 40 love. What a volley. And the crowd are going nuts. They're definitely rooting for her. They're cheering the underdog in this one. At least to start with. I'm sure they want a 3-setter, but initially they want the underdog to take the first. And then maybe they want Andreeva to win the second to get a match. All right, serve again. 40 love. Serving to the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand from Chwalinska. Andreeva backhand. As Chwalinska goes back behind Andreeva. She gets it back though with the backhand. Chwalinska goes up the line again. Andreeva slice. As Chwalinska forehand cross-court winner. That's a game. First hold of the day. 3-2. Easy love hold. Chwalinska leads. 3-2. Pressure's really on Andreeva now. 3-2. All right. Three, 2. Oh, the draw for Queen's Club's already come out. Oh, okay. I was unprepared. Eala's playing a quali. We're back in a Sakari second round, potentially. Ooh, Fernandez Bolter, first round. Ooh. All right. Raducanu plays a quali. Interesting. Thanks, Dutchie. All right. 3-2. How we doing, chat? How we doing? One word in the chat for how you're feeling right now, because I'm still nervous. Like, this is a nervous start, and even after 20 minutes, I'm still like, I don't feel good. How are you feeling, chat? One word in the chat. Pumped. Okay. Nice. I don't know. I'm still nervous because it's like, nobody's held serve. Doesn't feel like 26 minutes in. It's like, I don't feel like this match is settled at all. We still got here. We just got here, it feels like. Uncertain, enjoying, confused, tired, perplexed, locked, excited, hopeful, nervousness, busy, relaxed, excited, adventurous, hungry. All right. Drop shot from Andreeva is good, but the slice up the line is better from Chwalinska. Up goes a lob on Andreeva. Chwalinska runs back to the baseline, puts up a forehand, but it's long. 15 love. Bored? How can you be bored? Rattled. Fine. Impressed. Dizzy. Surprised. Happy. All right. 15 love. Need a hug. 15 love. Worried. Okay. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Serving the forehand of Chwalinska. Backhand out from Andreeva. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva forehand again to the Chwalinska backhand. And Andreeva forehand again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Up the line now to the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska with a forehand cross court again. The backhand of Andreeva. Andreeva's hitting moon balls. She's moonballing the moonballer as we get a backhand now from Chwalinska into the net. Hey, it worked. 30 love. All right. Andreeva's trying to bait Chwalinska to be more aggressive. Smart. 30 love. Serve again from Andreeva. Remember, she hasn't held serve. She's been broken twice. And then she broke twice to get the games. Chwalinska just held for the first time in the match. We have forehand out of the back of Chwalinska into the forehand of Andreeva on the stretch. Chwalinska's going to hit a forehand inside out. Andreeva sliced down the line and the net is just wide. She barely cleared the net and went wide anyway. 30-15. 30-15. Chat, we're almost at 1,000 likes. Appreciate that. Thank you all for joining for the last 2 weeks. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. As with a fault second serve. 30-15. 30 minutes already. We barely played as half a set. Second serve in the back of Chwalinska. Back in now from Andreeva. In the forehand of Chwalinska. Andreeva gets it back in again. There's moonballing it down the middle. That's why this match has been so slow. Nobody's trying to hit the winner. They're both just trying to moonball the hell out of each other. And then Andreeva hits a forehand to the back end of Chwalinska. Now they're starting to hit balls. As we get a forehand again to the slice of Chwalinska, but it's in. Andreeva backhand cross court. Chwalinska with a forehand again. God, this is a loopy match. Forehand again from Andreeva. Chwalinska gets it back. Andreeva, cross backhand. That's a good shot. Chwalinska gets it back though. Andreeva, backhand cross court again. That's a winner. That's a great point by Andreeva because that is not easy for somebody who wants to, hit winners and somebody who wants to be aggressive. Andreeva having to wait, patiently moonball. That's not what she wants to do. She doesn't want to play 19-shot rallies where, eventually, she doesn't want to. She has to, though. That's why this match it was so dangerous, because how long can Andreeva play like this? She's going to have to play like it all day. Ace down the tee, though, that helps. Because she is used to crashing and bashing. She's used to hitting winners. She's going to have to settle for 19-shot moonball rallies. 3-3. It is a loopy match. It's been a loopy tournament. All right, 3-3. Just those rallies. You're just waiting for somebody. But look, the thing is, Chwalinska's not going to miss, right? She hasn't been missing all week. So Andreeva's got to just wait and wait and wait. And then when she gets a short ball, bang. And then she's got to make sure that goes in, right? And she can be aggressive when she has to be, but she has to execute too, right? It is going to be a game of patience for Andreeva. And it really, we've talked about this all year as well. Her being, 12 months ago, or even 6 months ago, she was not. We didn't think she was there. Maturity wasn't there. She was making. She was still being really, annoyed and aggressive. But today is going to be the test of patience, and if she is able to settle in, then she'll win a slam. And we even saw it in Indian Wells when she lost that match to Siniakova very closely. Even then, we're like, but since then, she's been good. She hasn't thrown racket. She hasn't complained much. She's been pretty locked in. But this is going to be the biggest test of all for so many reasons, right? Backhand return, the forehand of Chwalinska into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand goes down the middle. Cross court backhand from Andreeva. Chwalinska goes up the line and long, 15-0. Brad Pitt's in the house. My brother, Brad. Twin. 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 15-0. It was Brad Pitt, twin. 15-0. 15-0. Serve again. As the return goes into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska. Andreeva backhand cross court. Chwalinska gets it back. Andreeva on the attack. Goes up the line. Chwalinska with a lob. Andreeva comes in with a smash, puts it away. She can play. We know she can play at the net. She can do all those things. 15-30. She is a great doubles player. You look younger. Oh, thank you. Well, I am. It's because I am. What is he like? He's like 50, right? I'm not 50 yet. Brad Pitt is older than you. Definitely not a twin. Okay, relax. It's a joke. 15-30. As we... Oh, he's 60. No. Dad? 15-30. It's the backhand of Andreeva. She missed it wide. 30-all. Still a chance over Andreeva to potentially get back in front. I can't show the match. We'll get sniped, but yeah. $30-all. Well, the wind's kicking up the clay as well. Weather update in Birmingham. Rain. It's raining in Birmingham. Why is the sofa caged? Because I have a wild beast. My dog. Don't you dare say anything else. As with a forehand return. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Forehand now from Andreeva. It's Chwalinska. Oh, hits it long on the forehand. And Andreeva's got another break point. 30-40. That's why it's so messy. Look at the wind. Yeah. But so wind combined with Chwalinska's style is, you know, and I'm not blaming her for this match being ugly. She wants an ugly match, right? This is actually playing into her hands. Having this, you know, because if it's ugly on her side, I mean, the score's level. Andreeva's not playing great either. So this is working. This is what she would rather have. She doesn't want a quick match where Andreeva's playing well. That's not a good. She doesn't want to play on Andreeva's terms, right? 30-40. Second serve. Andreeva steps in. Chwalinska serving the backhand of Andreeva up the line of the backhand of Chwalinska. Cross court to the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand again. Andreeva gets it back into the forehand, the backhand slice of Chwalinska. Now a slice from Andreeva. Chwalinska inside out forehand. Andreeva gets it. As a slice in the net from Chwalinska, and there it is. Andreeva's got the break. She shakes her fist. 4-3 Mirra. Don't put scores in the chat, please. Appreciate it. All right. Andreeva gets that break again. A lot of breaks. 4-3 though. Andreeva takes the break. And she leads. Can she hold? Because nobody can consolidate. All right. How we doing, chat? How we doing? Yeah, please no scores in the chat because people are watching and listening and they don't want to be spoiled by someone. Cam, a.k.a. James Corden. Bannable offense. By the way, we're so close to 1,000 likes. Appreciate that. Grand Slam final. We only get 8 of these a year. So thank you for joining us. And again, like I said, thanks you so much for joining us for the last couple of weeks. I've been doing this for 8 years, right? And I've watched, I think this is my 7th French Open, I think. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, 8th French Open, right? This is my 8th French Open on the channel. This is by far the craziest French Open we've ever done. Yeah, this is by far it might even be the craziest slam we've watched. 2020 US was up there, but on men and women's side combined, like on both sides, this is the craziest slam we've watched on this channel in the last 8 years. So thank you for being a part of it. Appreciate it. 4-3 Andreeva serves. Nobody can consolidate. Andreeva comes in with a drive volley. Up goes a lob by Chwalinska. That's a tough volley to hit. A tough smash to hit for Andreeva. She gets it back, though. Another lob goes up. The wind is picking it up. Oh, it lands in. Andreeva forehand goes into the forehand of Chwalinska. And Chwalinska in the net. Jeez, you throw that ball up into the sky, the wind is going to take it. It might take it to London. Or it could drop in. 15 love. All right, 15 love. Andreeva serves again. As we return now to the front of Andreeva. Cross court. Winner by Andreeva. 30 love. Andreeva's starting to just settle in. That's her game. That's what she wants. As the return goes into the front of Andreeva. And, oh, she missed it wide, Andreeva. She had the shot. She waited for Chwalinska to commit. But didn't execute. 30-15. 30-15. Serving to the forehand of Chwalinska. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska goes into the backhand of Andreeva, up the line to the backhand of Chwalinska. As with a forehand again from Andreeva. Chwalinska runs around the backhand into the inside out forehand. Andreeva slices it back. Oh, and it hit the line! And Chwalinska didn't even get a shot off. Great shot. She says sorry, Andreeva, straight away. She's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. What a slice. It looks so much better because it hit the line. I mean, that just... It hit the line and then just like... It almost like kicked away from Chwalinska. She couldn't get to it. 40-15, Andreeva. Serving to the backhand of Chwalinska. That's a good return. Andreeva backhand cross court. Chwalinska goes up the line with a forehand. Andreeva's there with her cross court forehand. Chwalinska backhand. There's Andreeva forehand up the line. Chwalinska again to the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska again with a slice. Andreeva lets it bounce. Oh, what a weird bounce. It goes back in from Andreeva though. Backhand Chwalinska. The wind is pushing the ball around. Drop shot's good. Andreeva gets there with a slice. Drop shot's better. Lob goes up. Andreeva volleys it away though. Great hustle as Andreeva with a smile. She gets the 5-3. That was you could see the wind just like nudging the ball wide. It goes down the middle, it goes whoop, whoop. And then the drop, that was a fantastic drop shot by Chwalinska. But then Andreeva, how did she get like that? It was barely over the net by Andreeva. Great hands. And Conchita's like, you got this. Andreeva smiling. I don't think we've seen that on a tennis court very often. Not mid-match. Well, maybe she wins. But Andreeva smiling mid-match, that never happens. All right, 5-3. That was a great pickup by Andreeva. All right, pressure all back on the pole now. Oh, yeah, Andreeva's confidence is soaring for sure. I mean, that last rally was just like, I beat you at your game. And it just clicked, and she's like, hang on. And that's why Conchita pointed at her. She goes, yes. You can play that game too. You can play her game. There's got a forehand return now. The backhand of Chwalinska. Forehand from Andreeva again to the backhand of Chwalinska. And she hits it in the net with a slice. I'll tell you, Chwalinska's also trying to hit the ball a little harder. Like she's kind of gone away from her game a little bit. In the last couple of games, she's playing to Andreeva's power now. She's trying to hit the ball. She's not mixing it up like she was in the first 6 games. Why not close the roof? Because they don't close the roof unless it's raining. Or too hot. And it's neither. All right, love 15. Chwalinska serves. A fault. Second serve. Yeah, Mirra starts to have fun. Watch out. Yeah, she's relaxed. And this is not a good thing for Chwalinska. All right, serve again from Chwalinska. Into the back of Andreeva. Up the middle of the forehand, the back end of Chwalinska. Forehand from Andreeva up the line is a winner. Love 30. So, Cam, you should watch the Andreeva match. Wait, what am I watching? I'm sorry, what was I watching? What? Cam, what am I? I thought I was watching that match. Chat, I might watch it. 1 in the chat if I'm watching the right match. 2 in the chat if I'm watching the wrong match. Love 30. Is it a replay? What's going on? So, backhand of Andreeva. Backhand of Chwalinska. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Cross court. The backhand of Chwalinska. As we get a forehand from Andreeva up the line. Chwalinska gets it back with a forehand cross court, but the wind blows it out. Andreeva's got set points. Love 40. All of a sudden, the match is in Andreeva's favor. The first 6 games took forever. And the last few games have just flown through. Sorry about the headphones. Love 40. Set points. As Chwalinska serves in the back of Andreeva. Return goes to forehand of Chwalinska. Into the forehand of Andreeva. As Chwalinska forehand on the stretch. Andreeva. Backhand cross-court winner. There's the first set. Mirra Andreeva with a shake of the fist. And she looks so much better than the first 6 games. First 6 games, both were so tentative. But once she hit that, she played that great rally to get the break, it just all clicked. And she is 1 set away from a Roland Garros title. And that's how quickly things can turn. I thought, 20 minutes, well, not even 20, 10 minutes ago, felt like we're going to be here for 4 hours. And Andreeva put the foot down. First set in the bag. Cammie's happy for Mirra. Well, I picked her in 3. So I would love a 3-setter. You know what I'm happy for? I'm happy for Conchita Martinez. Because, Chad, look, I ain't no goldfish, right? I can remember things. I remember all the shit that people were giving Conchita Martinez and telling her, not that she watched the chat. I don't think she comes to the chat. I don't think she knows who we are. But I remember in Indian Wells when she lost Mirra and Mirra lost against Siniakova and then was telling the crowd to, go away, in some other words. And everyone was like, Conchita Martinez should be fired. Like, she is not good enough for her. And 2 months later, to then be in a Grand Slam final and potentially winning a slam, Conchita Martinez is one of the best coaches on the planet. Why would you fire that person just because you lost a match at Indian Wells? And I love that for Conchita Martinez. As much as I love it for Andreeva if she wins. Martinez is one of the best coaches on the WTA. And look, not to mention, let's be honest, right? We know that most of the coaches on the tour are dudes. So it's lovely to see a female coach getting a win too. And Conchita's probably the best going around right now. I can't think of... Maresmo's not coaching, right? She's tournament directing. So that'd be great. Also, Conchita never won this title. She did make the final. It's funny. She made the final against the player, and she lost to the player who's giving out the trophy. So I wonder if Conchita Martinez is actually going to be on the court getting the... how I think the coach gets a trophy now? They did the Australian Open. It'd be kind of funny to see if Andreeva does win. Martinez getting the trophy from Mary Pierce, who she lost to in the 2000 final. You are a goldfish. Oh, okay. Thank you. And you're a really nice person. Thank you. You're very complimentary. And yeah, not to mention at 19. Now, let's go through some stats, chat, because actually, I won't do it. 1 in the chat if you like stats first, and then we'll get to the stats. I don't want to give you stats if you're just like, no, Cam, shut up. 1 in the chat if you like stats. 2 in the chat if you like, move on. I don't want to hear it. But they're really good stats, though. This channel rocks. Thank you. You rock. Jug Jones. They're really good stats. Okay. I'm giving out stats anyway. I was gonna say them anyway, even if you're like, no, don't do it. I'm doing it anyway. Did you know, chat, that this year Andreeva has won the most matches of anybody on tour? That includes Sabalenka and Raducanu. She's won more matches than them. 35 matches this year, which is more than anybody else in this season, right? On the women's side. She holds a 6-0 record against players outside the top 100 this year. Undefeated record against players outside the top 100. I feel like that's a little irrelevant because Chwalinska has played so well to get to a final, so it's a bit of a rare thing. But still, undefeated against players outside the top 100 this year. She will also be fourth... What was this? Hang on. Sorry, third youngest Grand Slam champion this century if she wins this next set. Only Sharapova in 2004 at Wimbledon and Raducanu at the US Open in 2021 have been younger champions than Andreeva will be if she wins this next set. So that is like she is again, and it's funny because Andreeva's been around for a while, right? It's like kind of like when Coco won her first slam, we're like, oh, she finally won one at 20 or 19, and we're like, wait, hang on, she's 19? Like, you know what I mean? Like Andreeva's been around since 2023, right? At 16 years old. So it feels like, oh, it's about time she won one. But she's still only a teenager, and not many players have won slams as a teenager. I think Swiatek is the next one after this as a teenager this century, who is one of the younger players. Also, I think Andreescu, I mean, there's been a lot of teenage champions in this in the 2000s. Andreeva slices it wide, love 15. And if she wins this, she will tie Sabalenka with the most tour titles this year with 3. Sabalenka's got 3. Andreeva will have 3. So there you go. That is what is at stake. As the backhand goes up into the sky from Andreeva and the wind works the ball, Chwalinska goes again to the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand cross court. Andreeva slice on the stretch. Chwalinska comes in with the volley, but it's in the net. God, 15-all. Now, chat, there's always some Polish people here as well that are thinking, Cam, you're talking about Andreeva a lot. What about Chwalinska? How can she win this? She needs to go back to slicing and dicing. Drag this out, because she was looking better, way better in the first 6 games when Andreeva wasn't able to be aggressive. Isn't that the guy from that Stalker show? Anyway, 15-all. Is that the guy from the Stalker? You know what I'm saying? What's it called? The one where the lady, it's a real story. And the lady stalked him. Forehand. It was a thing. It was like a big thing last year. It's on Netflix. Slice goes into the forehand of Chwalinska, backing up from Andreeva lob. And Chwalinska with a forehand. No, not you. It's a different show. It's like the baby reindeer. Isn't that him? He's behind Boris Becker. That's crazy. That's crazy. That was a crazy story too. 30-15. So Chwalinska, she needs to go back to slicing and dicing and moonballing, because that was where, even though Andreeva was doing really well to deal with that, she has to go back to that. She starts hitting with Andreeva. Andreeva's going to be like, thank you very much. I'm going to beat you with this. As we're backing Andreeva up the line, Chwalinska with a backhand on the stretch. Andreeva backhand cross court. Chwalinska forehand again, but Andreeva is controlling the rallies. Chwalinska puts up a lob. Andreeva comes in with the drive volley winner. See, this is playing exactly into Andreeva's hands. Chwalinska is not playing ugly. She's got to play ugly again. Got to use the win, slice and dice. Letting Andreeva, hitting the ball hard to Andreeva is exactly what Andreeva wants. Andreeva's like, bro, I just played costume. She hits that hard too. Like, I can do that. She needs to break the rhythm of Andreeva. Mixing it up. You forgot Coco. What about Coco? What about Coco? Coco's there? I didn't see Coco. Is she there? Is she watching this match? As we're backhander from Chwalinska in the net. One love Andreeva. What, did I forget? Oh, Coco was a teen champion. Yeah. But she was older than... She's older, right? She was like 19 and 300 days or something, right? Coco's older than Mirra. Coco was older than... Yeah, Coco was... But she... Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and Coco. There's a lot of players. But Mirra will be the 3rd youngest. According to... In this century. By the way, Chad, I read a really crazy stat. And this has got a little bit to do with Andreeva, but more to do with Monica Seles. Where was it? I read this crazy stat about Monica Seles, and I was like, what in the hell? Can you imagine if we had that in this generation? Where was it? It was really, really crazy. Where is it? I'll find that damn stat. Oh, yeah, here. So Andreeva will be the youngest French Open champion since 18-year-old Monica Seles, who won her 3rd straight Roland Garros in 92. She won her first at 16. So can you... I mean, that's crazy, right? I mean, look, if you were around for that, you saw that, it was crazy at the time, but I mean, in hindsight, can you imagine? 16, 17, 18, you three-peat the French Open before your 18th birthday. That's before your 19th birthday. That is crazy. How did Monica Seles do that? How did that happen? That's insane. Like 16, 17, 18, like she won 3 French Opens before Rafa won his first at that same age, right? I mean, Rafa was 19 when he won his first. Monica Seles had 3 before 19. I mean, that is insane. That's crazy. Anyways, love 30 on Andreeva. I saw that and I was like, I have to mention that on chat. That's crazy. That is a crazy stat. As the return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska, Andreeva backhand up the line. Chwalinska's going to get there with a slice. As Andreeva backhand, a forehand again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva on the attack. Chwalinska backhand passing shot winner. That's a great shot. She needed that for her confidence. Cam, is your backhand better than Zverev's on shot quality? No, Zverev's backhand is elite. My backhand is very good. But his backhand is like ridiculous. All right, 15-30. Yeah, she went the wrong way with the drive volley. All right, first serve's a fault. Second serve, by the way, we got to 1,000 likes. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. 15:30 men's final. Same time tomorrow. Serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Return goes to forehand of Chwalinska. Andreeva backhand up the line. Chwalinska hits a slice. Andreeva slices it back. Chwalinska goes up the line with the backhand, but it overhits it. Gosh, she just keeps on trying to hit the ball. She's gone away from the sliced dice. 15:40. Break points on Andreeva. Serve. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Return goes to the forehand of Chwalinska. Andreeva. Slice forehand. Goes long. Chwalinska hit a little bit of a short ball that Andreeva couldn't deal with. That's what she needs to go back to. That's the tennis that she needs to play. I would not call your backhand very good. You would call it great? Thank you. Appreciate that. I work very hard. All right, 30-40. Appreciate that. As the return goes to forehand of Chwalinska. Still break point for Andreeva here as Chwalinska with the backhand cross court. Andreeva, slice forehand. Into the forehand of Chwalinska as Andreeva hits a backhand up the line. Chwalinska's there with her backhand as Andreeva. Forehand again, cross down the middle. Chwalinska gets it back though with her forehand. They're doing moon balls. This is playing into Chwalinska's hands, but she then drives a backhand. And now Andreeva with a slice forehand. Chwalinska. Forehand again. Into the backhand of Andreeva, who goes down the line and I think hits a winner. Or did it miss? Oh, it's close. Umpire said wide. Chwalinska says wide. And the umpire's going to check. The cameraman's not focusing. The umpire, I think, said wide. Deuce. The umpire also said wide. Everybody is in agreement. It was wide. All right, deuce. Chwalinska survives. That goes in. That's the break. All right, Chwalinska serves again. A fault. Second serve. All right, second serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand from Chwalinska. Andreeva. Backhand again. Chwalinska goes up the line and wide. Tried to hit it inside out. Sprayed it. Advantage Andreeva. Andreeva to take this early second set break. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Into that forehand of Chwalinska. Oh, and it's a late call. Andreeva says it's out. The umpire's coming out of the chair. That was a very late call. And the umpire says it's out. Andreeva's got the set in the break now. 2-love. And I think she's won 6 games in a row. I think. 6 in a row. Andreeva is in the lead now. And she controls this final. Okay. Mirra Andreeva. With the set in the break, by the way, Chad, if Andreeva does go on and win this, she will become the 5th active French... By the way, the winner of this match will be the 5th active French Open champion. We've only had 5... There's only 5 players playing the WTA right now that have a French Open. Sorry, 4. This will be the 5th. Ostapenko, Krejcikova, Swiatek, Coco. They're the only 4 players that hold a French Open, which is kind of crazy. Venus doesn't have one, and Osaka doesn't have one. Azarenka doesn't have one. And Andreeva hits the backhand long, love 15. So there's only 5 different French Open champions after today that are still playing. And that's mainly because Swiatek has dominated. Also, if Andreeva does win this, she'll be the 4th Russian champion, along with Moskina, Sharapova, and Kuznetsova to win this event. And of course, Chwalinska will be the 2nd Polish player to win after Swiatek. Love 15. As the backhand now from Chwalinska to the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska drop shot. Haven't seen that for a while. And that's a winner. Oh, and Andreeva just went to swat the ball. Love 30. She's got to keep that cool still. Beautiful drop shot. Beautiful drop shot. We haven't seen that for a long, probably about 30 minutes. What a shot. Serena's not coming back to singles, though. But yes, you're right. 6 if we count Serena. If Serena comes back and... Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Correct. We can talk about that on Tuesday when Serena is back. Backhand from Andreeva to the backhand of Chwalinska. That's a good shot. Andreeva gets it with a slice. But in the net, love 40. All right. Didn't think it would be that easy, did you? Almost an hour played. Love 40. Love 40. As Chwalinska return into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska slice. Andreeva gets the point. Chwalinska in the net. 15-40, 1 saved. Andreeva's drive forehand works. Am I related to the Williams sisters? 15-40. As the backhand return, goes in the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand from Chwalinska again to the backhand of Andreeva. As the clouds come over, and Chwalinska hits it out. The whole court went dark, and she hit it long. She couldn't see. Replay the point. Hindrance from the clouds. This is crazy. 30-40. Have I got a dog or a cat? I have a dog. She's sleeping. Or pretending. I don't know. She's acting. I think she might be pretending. She's chilling. She likes Alcaraz. As we're to find out from Chwalinska, backhand from Andreeva to the forehand of Chwalinska as they go backhand to forehand, just cross court at the moment. Andreeva goes up the line. Chwalinska with the backhand into the backhand of Andreeva. Crossed into the forehand of Chwalinska. Chwalinska gets it wide. Good rally from Andreeva. And we get back to deuce. Hello, meow. What an accent you have. Yes, I have an accent. I have an accent, yes. All right, deuce. As Andreeva serves again. She's got the break. As Chwalinska slices it back. Andreeva's going to go there with the backhand cross court. Chwalinska puts up a lob. Andreeva with the smash. Straight to Chwalinska, who pits a pass. Andreeva with the drop volley, though. Chwalinska gets it with the backhand. Andreeva open court. Chwalinska's going to get there with a slice. Andreeva, backhand up the line is a winner. Great rally, Andreeva. Jeez. That was good from Andreeva to keep her composure. Chwalinska, great hustle, but Andreeva ends up winning the point advantage to Andreeva. F1 is better. Okay. Kind of weird though. I'm going to go to a tennis stream and talk shit. F1's better. Okay. I like F1 too. As we're to find out at the backhand of Chwalinska. And that goes out. 3-love Andreeva. 3-love. 3-love. Thanks, Deb. Cam is an Aussie. I am. By the way, speaking of where I'm from, nobody cares. Where are you from is more important, chat. Where are you from? Where are you from? That's what I want to know. Where are you from, chat? Where are you watching from? I'm in Australia. It's 12:30 a.m. Where are you watching from? We've got the Philippines in the house. We've got USA, India, Edinburgh. The chat's about to just fly. I'm a bit scared. England, Poland, Athens, Cameroon, Indonesia, Singapore, Melbourne, Nigeria, Haiti, Philly. Someone's from Earth. That's great. Me too. Ireland, France, Antigua. Okay, here we go. We're from all around the place. Malaysia, Italy, Germany. I think we've covered most of Europe. Egypt. Hey, there we go. Malaysia again. Australia. Someone's from Mars. Good one. Yeah, sure. Why not? South Africa, India, Nepal, Pacific Ocean. Are you okay? Do you need help? Are you stuck? Chat, somebody call a boat. We've got Vancouver, Vatican City. Good one. I love that. That's great for you. God, I read one stupid one out and then everyone decides to be funny. We've got Thailand in the house. Philippines again. We've got Spain in the house as well. Senegal, Netherlands, Canberra, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. We've got Russia in the house. Lagos, Peru, Mexico, Portugal, Massachusetts. El Salvador I saw as well. Russia in the house as well. We've got Indonesia, Florida, Greece. We've got Uganda, Poland. All right. 3-love Andreeva. She's halfway. She's more than halfway to winning this title, and now she's a back-end winner, love 15. We've got Macau. We've got Romania. Zimbabwe. Vietnam. We've got Greenland in the house. We've got Pakistan, Texas, Croatia. There we go. Iraq, Hong Kong. As at a backhand now to the forehand of Chwalinska. Forehand out from Andreeva to the forehand of Chwalinska. Cross court the backhand of Andreeva. Love 15. And Andreeva smacks it up the line for a winner. Love 30. Thank you all for joining us around the world, around the planet. Tennis is truly a global sport. I wish there was a way of me being able to not track everybody. That's weird. To know where everyone's from, and we can kind of like map it out and be like, oh, how many countries do we actually cover in the chat? But I think we saw about 7 people from the North Pole, so that probably won't work. And if you're off planet right now, like Mars, because I think a bunch of you are either on the moon or in Mars, I don't know if that'll work. We can only do, I think, like countries in Earth. I don't think we could do Mars right now. As with a forehand cross court into the back of Chwalinska, forehand from Andreeva up the line. That's another great shot, Andreeva. She's trying to win this title big time off her racket, and she's doing it well. Love 40. By the way, chat, I didn't realize there were so many people from Antarctica. That's crazy. I can imagine like one scientist being here, you know, like on their break, but the fact that we've got about 100 people from Antarctica, that must be like, it must be every single person that's on there right now. Is there really? Surely there's not 100 people on Antarctica right now. That's crazy. Serve to the backhand is a fault from Chwalinska. Second serve. By the way, what's the reception like in Antarctica? Must be, do you have internet? Must have internet, right? To do your researches and stuff. Love 40. As a backhand return, goes to the forehand of Chwalinska, but she shanks it, and it goes wide. Double break on Andreeva. And she is 2 games away from her first Grand Slam title. All right. And she has won, I think, 8 games in a row now. Momentum. It was really weird in the first few games of this match. They were both nervous. Andreeva got broken. Chwalinska got broken. They held a couple of times. But then since then, Andreeva has just been to keep her nerve and serve. And even at love 40 in the last game, she came back to hold well. And it's on her terms now as that goes out by Chwalinska on the return. And it's 15 love. Now, even if Chwalinska loses this match, it doesn't take away anything that she's done this week. She's still going to be top 20 or top 30. Wimbledon still have to make a decision whether or not they give her a wild card, which is going to be a very interesting couple of weeks. You have to give the French Open finals a wild card, surely. As Andreeva hits it in the net, 15-all. You should ask location and nationality. You'd be surprised how many Filipinos there are on the channel. Yeah, from all around the world. I mean, that's for sure. Brad clapping extra hard for Mirra. Twin. 15-all. Serve out wide the backhand of Chwalinska. Forehand from Andreeva to the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva forehand. That's a winner. It's 30-15. Is he cheering for Andreeva or is he just clapping because she's winning more points? Like maybe he's just clapping for every point, but she's winning more points, so it looks like he's clapping for... You know what I mean? I mean, that happens to me all the time. Like I say someone does a great point, and if that's the person who's winning, they think I'm cheering for them. It's like, no. Andreeva's just playing better, so I'm getting more excited because she's doing better. Like, not because I'm going for her. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, good backhand from Chwalinska. Andreeva into the slice of Chwalinska. Slice again from Andreeva as Chwalinska goes cross-court again. Andreeva slices it back. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva's in trouble here. Slice goes in, though. Chwalinska goes up the line with the backhand. Good shot. Up goes a lob by Andreeva. It lands in. And then Chwalinska in the net. 40-15. 40-15. Cam's prediction might turn out to be shite. Oh, I'm sorry. You must have not watched the right video then, because I'm pretty sure I picked Andreeva to win. But okay. I guess, you must study my videos more than me. Yeah. How terrible. I picked the person who's winning. Oh, no. I'm so bad at predicting. Oh, bad smash. Speaking of bad, terrible smash. 40-30. Bro comes in here. Come on. You didn't even watch the video. All right. And Andreeva with a bit of a laugh on her face. She's like, ugh. I thought this was going to be easier. Andreeva just rolling her eyes. That's good to see, though. You can see where she is mentally, Andreeva, by that reaction. Missing an easy smash, but is in a good frame of mind. Forehand goes into the backhand of Chwalinska. As Andreeva backhand up the line, that's too good. Andreeva's up 5-love. And she is one game away from Roland Garros title. All right. All right. You're gorgeous. Don't listen to him. Thank you, Mum. I appreciate that. What are you doing up at 1 a.m.? It's a bit late. All right. Stop chewing. I'm not chewing. I'm not even eating. This is not ASMR. That's on a different channel, and I'm not a part of it. You predicted Sinner and Sabalenka to win. Oh, yeah. And you, what did you predicted Andreeva and Kopoli or Zverev? Okay. You said 3. I said in 3 sets. Oh, I picked Andreeva in 3 and it's 2. Oh no. How could I show my face in public ever again? 5-love. Who'd you pick to win? Andreeva in 3. Wrong. No. God. All right, chat. Let's lock in for at least 30 seconds. 5-love. Mirra Andreeva is 1 game away from lifting the Roland Garros trophy. I don't know what the name of the trophy is. It probably has a special name. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got the men's final tomorrow. And we are going back to the Eala match. So make sure you join us for that. As that goes the net by Andreeva and it's 15-love. Eala fans, she is not back yet. We will be watching Eala after this. So make sure that everybody who is here from that match, I haven't forgotten you. 15-love. I did go thrifting and I found this. 2008 Wimbledon film. Not the movie, the... Lock in. Forehand goes into the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva with a forehand again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Sliced. Andreeva gets a forehand cross-court. Chwalinska again with the backhand into the slice of Andreeva. Chwalinska goes with her forehand inside in. That's a good shot. Andreeva gets it back but overhits it and it's 30-love. All right. 30-love. It would be... I hope Chwalinska gets this game and she's better than a bagel. She's been better than a bagel today. That's not an accurate score. She's been better than a bagel. 30-love. Serve. Into the front of Andreeva. Sliced into the backhand of Chwalinska. Up the line to the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska wins the point. Andreeva overhits it. 40-love. Mirra's going to serve for this match, it seems. As Chwalinska serves. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Return goes in the forehand of Chwalinska. Oh, she shanks it wide, Chwalinska. And it's 40-15. Serve again. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Return goes to the back of Chwalinska. As Andreeva forehand up the line. Chwalinska's there with a slice. Andreeva on the attack. Forehand inside out. Chwalinska puts up a lob. Lets it bounce on Andreeva, but it bounces long, and it's 40-30. 40-30. Still a chance here for Chwalinska to get on the board. 40-30. Serve again. Out wide of the back end of Andreeva. Forehand from Chwalinska. Andreeva gets it back. Chwalinska comes in out with a drive volley cross court. Andreeva gets it with a lob. Lob goes wide. All right. The pole's on the board. She breaks the streak, which was, I think, like 9 games in a row for Andreeva. And the crowd give her some appreciation. All right. Victory belongs to the most tenacious, chat. You take that into your weekend and you use that quote to motivate you to do whatever the hell you want. Garden, meal prep, a backflip, whatever you want to do in your... Maybe don't do a backflip. That's probably dangerous. 5-1. Andreeva serving for the match and the championship. She hits a forehand up the line. Chwalinska gets it back with a forehand into the forehand of Andreeva. Chwalinska forehand again to that Andreeva forehand. Sun comes out and blinds everybody as we get a backhand again to the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand of Chwalinska again. Goes wide. 15-love. 15-love. 3 points away. I'll tell you, chat, there are a lot of Grand Slam champions going around right now on the WTA. There are a lot of Grand Slam champions. And most of them, like there's a lot of them in the top 10. Like the top 10 is stacked with Grand Slam champions on the women's side. Like we got a great tour going on. But we already knew that. Backhand goes wide by Andreeva, 15-all. I mean, chat, we have a long list of... Like, I've got the list. Chat, I got the list. Where is it? I've got the list. 15-all. I count 15 active Grand Slam champions. Crazy. As the return goes in the forehand of Andreeva. But no, that's out by Chwalinska, is it? No. That looked in by a mile. Umpire checks. Yeah, it's in. See, Chad, I have glasses. I could see that. 15-all, they're going to replay the point. Venus Williams. Swiatek, Osaka, Sabalenka, Azarenka. Gauff, Krejcikova. Raducanu, Ostapenko, Stevens. Sloane Stevens are still playing. Andreescu, Kenin, Keys, Raducanu, and Vondrousova. And throw Serena in there for good measure. As with the forehand of the line, into the forehand of Chwalinska. 15-all. Here's Chwalinska with a drop shot. Andreeva's going to get there with a forehand. Chwalinska puts up a lob. Andreeva's there with a backhand volley win up. Drive volley. Slow. It was a soft drive volley. It wasn't an aggressive shot. 30-15. And Andreeva is 2 points away from joining that list. And chat, that's why the WTA is so good right now. That is why. There are so many champions floating around in the draw. And on the men's side, they're not quite there yet. But hopefully, the French Open, is the start of something. As with a backhand in the net by Andreeva, 30-all. You know she's going to be nervous. She's serving for a Grand Slam. I mean, you'd be crazy not to be nervous. 30-all. Serve. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Forehand out from Andreeva up the line. Chwalinska gets it back. Into the back of Andreeva. Chwalinska forehand again as Andreeva on the attack. Oh, overhits it. 30-40. All right. Chwalinska to get back a break. WTA is very competitive. Oh, yeah. It is very competitive. Serve. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Return goes in the backhand of Andreeva. Up the line of the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva. Oh, lets the ball go wide and we get the deuce. All right, Andreeva survives this game. Not that she needs to, hoard the breaks, but, if she doesn't want to get broken at the end here. Deuce. Serve to the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva backhand again, the backhand of Chwalinska. Andreeva. Forehand again, into the net. Advantage Chwalinska to get back one of these breaks. Comeback starts now, says people in chat. All right. Would that be a surprise? This French Open has been a surprise. Would that be a surprise at this stage? Probably. Anyways, Andreeva hits it wide. This final will continue for a little bit longer. All right. 2 points away a couple of times, Andreeva, but couldn't close it out. Chwalinska gets the break back. She's still down a break, though. 1 hour, 17-minute final. By the way, chat, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Gauff, Raducanu, and even like Keys and Osaka, and Penko up and down, top 20, top 30. And I think Penko's down a little bit further now, so maybe not Penko, but those players are all in the top 20 and Grand Slam champions. It is like the WTA is so competitive right now and so good, right? And hopefully, I know that like this tournament's been a shambles, on the men's side, it's been like, besides Vera, Vera's held strong, but wouldn't it be a great thing if like Fonseca, Hadar, Menchik, Kaboli, if all those guys won a slam as well, we'd have the ATP wouldn't be just so reliant on Sinner and Alcaraz, right? Was that Flea from the Chili Peppers? Was that Flea? Chat, was that Flea? What's up? Was it? All right. Chwalinska's going to serve to stay in the match now. She's won the last 2 games in a row. The trophy's name is the Cooper Susan Longland. Oh, is it? Okay. There you go. So the Susan Longland Trophy. She's got 2 things named after her this tournament. She's got the stadium and the trophy. All right, first there's a fault. By the way, chat, don't forget to sub if you haven't already. Thank you all for joining us. We're almost at 302. We got to 300K this tournament. It's been so much fun. We got Wimbledon literally around the corner. We just got to take that underground train that goes through the tunnel. As with a backhand return, into the forehand of Chwalinska. Chwalinska in the net. Love 15. Love 15. By the way, update in Birmingham, it's still raining. Love 15. Also, we are doing a party after this match, or at least later today, with for the 300K party. So join us for that. We're going to open that box of cards. It's 5 autograph cards in there. We're going to open it up and see if we get a Rafa card. Love 15. Second serve, Chwalinska. Serving to the backhand of Andreeva. Return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska. Backhand now from Andreeva up the line. Is a winner. Love 30. Andreeva, 2 points away. 2 points away. Love 30. Oh, and the clay really just kicked up in Mirra's eyes there. That's not fun. Blinding. Love 30. Love 30 as Chwalinska serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Is into the backhand of Andreeva. Chwalinska backhand to the forehand of Andreeva. Again to the forehand of Chwalinska. Chwalinska in the nets. Championship points for Mirra Andreeva. Love 40 to win her first Grand Slam, to become the 5th active player, maybe 6th if you include Serena, to have a Roland Garros title. 4th Russian to win the Roland Garros title on the women's side. And a teenage champion. Love 40. Serve. Out wide at the back of Andreeva. Return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska. Andreeva. Forehand up the line. Chwalinska gets it back with a forehand. Backhand Andreeva. Cross court is a winner. Mirra's the champion. She holds her nerve. She wins the title. And she drops to her knees. She's trying to keep it together. She gives a hug to Chwalinska. That's nice. But she is the French Open champion. And now Conchita and her can celebrate. Andreeva shakes her fist. She's been the favorite since Sabalenka lost in that crazy match a couple of days ago. But that is exactly deserved by Andreeva. She kept her cool today. She hasn't broken a racket, it seems like, in weeks or months. She's won more matches than anybody else in the WTA this year. And she's looked so much better this year. Like 12 months ago, she was losing her mind against the wild card in front of this crowd. And we all knew this. We knew she was capable. We knew she could do this. She just needed to cool down, right? She needed to, keep it together. She's proven that now. But I'll tell you what, the pressure doesn't end, because now she's a Grand Slam champion. So now she's expected to win stuff. And that comes with a whole other bag of pressure. Everybody's going to be gunning for Mirra Andreeva now, the new Grand Slam champ. Let's just talk about Chwalinska for a second, because we always forget about the runners-up. What a great run. She's in the top 30. She better get a wild card at Wimbledon. Wimbledon's going to have a lot of pressure on them in the next couple of weeks, because how do you ignore a French Open finalist? They better be ready. They better be ready for the pressure. You have to give her a wild card. You can't make her play qualies. That's crazy, crazy stuff. You can't make her play qualies. She came through. She came to the quali. She actually only lost one set to the final, right? She played the conditions perfectly. It was windy. It was ugly. She played the first week perfect too. I mean, remember the first week was hot as hell. She played a great tournament throughout. Poland now have 2 very good clay court players. The queen of clay in Swiatek and Chwalinska as the sidekick on clay at the moment. That's a great team. You put them together. I mean, look, you got her catching that mix. United Cup's going to be theirs for another year next year, you'd expect. Should be a great backup to Swiatek in future team events. But Mirra Andreeva gets the win. God, so good. And Conchita Martinez is a Grand Slam coach again. She's been working with Mirra for a few years. Deserved, yeah. And the dog gets a hug. There's a dog there. What the? Everyone's bringing their dogs. By the way, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do on the way out. If you're leaving, if you're sticking around, we're gonna stick around and watch this ceremony. Sorry, I ignored the super chats, but Grand Slam final. Linda,
win or lose, Mirra is my winner.
Well, she won, so she's literally the winner. Thank you, Linda. Zeus.
Chwalinska did not deserve to be in the finals.
That is not accurate. Just because it wasn't a close final doesn't mean the person who lost doesn't deserve to be there. She deserved to be there. She beat the player she beat. She beat like everybody she played, I think, except for the qualies. Everyone she played was higher ranked. She bageled some of the players that we all thought were going to go and do stuff, one of those being Zheng. She deserved to be here. There's no one didn't deserve to be here. You get to a Grand Slam final, you deserve it, right? Come on now. You might be disappointed with the match. It wasn't the most epic of finals. Okay. But you can't be coming out here saying that that the runner-up doesn't deserve it. That's crazy talk. Pressure's going to be on Chwalinska now, because she's also got a bit of a spotlight on her. We know Andreeva's now a champion, but Chwalinska's also going to be considered one of the best players on the planet. We saw that with Paolini when she made the final, right? Pavlyuchenko made the final. I mean, anybody who makes a final of a slam, they are going to be somebody that's, especially short term, right? Over the next couple of months. Chwalinska's going to have a target on her back. because everyone's going to want to try and beat the French Open finalists, right? So it'll be interesting to see how she deals with that pressure. But she seems pretty chill, so I don't think she'll be bothered. And also, I'm really keen to see her game on grass, because that slice and dice game is going to be really awkward on that grass court. Disappointed, Chwalinska. You can tell. She was in that first set for sure. I mean, she was right next to Andreeva in that first set, and then Andreeva just settled, held her nerve, and then just went on the run. And the momentum was with Andreeva once she got the confidence. But Chwalinska's had a great week. She's had a phenomenal week. All right, they're setting up the... geez, how many people does it take to set up a stage? 10. 11, apparently. 14, Rafa. Emily Mauresmo's out there hugging Andreeva.
For Zverev to win in straight sets, he'll become composed against Koboli her.
We'll see. We'll find that out tomorrow. This time tomorrow, men's final, will probably be into the third set. They're making Andreeva sign a plaque. I've loved this kind of initiative by the French Open. They've been doing... all the former champions have been signing almost like a clay tile, I guess. It's actually been really cool. I've seen so many players have been through the holes and signing the tile. Obviously, all the players that play this event, all the active players, but like Justin Enum was there. I think I saw who else did I see? Well, obviously Stan. On the men's side, they all signed stuff as well. So yeah, it's awesome. Iga doesn't own clay anymore. More contenders now. No, she still does own clay though. Like, she's still got 4 French Opens and everybody else has 1. So she still has more French Opens than anybody else in actively, except for Serena. But Serena is not playing singles, so we don't come in here and use this as an excuse to bash Iga, even though there's nothing. How can you bash her? She lost to Mirra. She lost to Kostyuk. Oh, there we go. They're showing all the players that have signed it. So like Navratilova, like all the greats have signed the tiles. That's such a great idea. I love that idea. That's such a great idea. Weather update. Birmingham stopped raining. But yeah, great final from Andreeva. Very composed final. We knew how tricky it was going to be, right? We talked about that in the first 6 games. Were proof of that. How awkward a matchup this was going to be for Mirra. But she was never going to win this title unless she kept her cool and showed some maturity. And that's exactly what she did. She didn't get frustrated. She, in fact, was laughing when she made some errors at the end there, which showed how composed she was throughout the match. Not a bad match. I mean, this was actually, and a lot of people are going to say this is an ugly match. A lot of errors from Chwalinska, which is unfortunate because she was priding herself this week on not hitting errors, right? She was hitting double the winners to errors, 10 winners, 5 errors throughout this match, at this tournament. So that's a little bit of a shame. 29 errors from her, only 10 winners. Mirra, 25 winners, 26 errors. And that's expected because, Chwalinska was obviously going to make test Mirra's patience, and Mirra was going to make some errors. But, Chwalinska didn't put in her best performance. A lot of errors, which was not her game to get her here. And it was a bit strange to see her sort of, once she was down like 5-3, she started to try and hit with Mirra. She wasn't trying to slice as much. She wasn't trying to drop shot. She wasn't trying to break rhythm. She was just trying to rally, and that's not how she got here. And maybe lost a little bit of confidence once she got that, lost that early break. But again, still a fantastic tournament, fantastic result. Grand Slam finalist forever, right? If she never makes it back here again, she'll always have made this final, right? You can't take that away from her at all. Ball kids are walking out. Any chance that Siniakova and Townsend lose tomorrow? I mean, there's always a chance in doubles. But they're a pretty crazy team right now. They're a pretty crazy team. Yeah, Raducanu's still the only quality to win. Chwalinska Wimbledon final as well. That'd be awesome. Like, I really hope we see her in the quarters. Like, I would love to see her back it up at Wimbledon, give her a bloody wild card, and get her to go to the quarters. That'd be so cool. That'd be so much fun. Because her game that slice and dice, it's gonna be interesting on the grass. The ball's gonna stay low with that slice. It's gonna be real awkward. You know, I don't know. I want to give her the bloody wild card, Wimbledon. Come on. Give her the wild card. She's getting that wild card for sure. They got to give her the wild card. By the way, chat, we're almost at 1,500 likes, so I appreciate that. Got to give her a wild card. Come on, man. You can't ignore a Grand Slam finalist. They won't. I mean, look, I'm scared they won't, but you can't ignore. Come on. I understand, like, ignoring a semifinal. Okay. Last year, right? I get that. But you can't ignore the person who made the final of the Slam 3 weeks earlier. Come on. She can't be the best qualifier. That's insane. I guess, like, the argument is, well, if she's so good, she'll make the main draw. But that's not. That is true, but it's also like a poor excuse. Well, if she's good enough, she'll make the main draw. No. She shouldn't. She's done so well this week. She should be rewarded. She should be rewarded. If she wasn't top third, like if she wasn't seeded at this tournament coming up, then I would say, if she was like 40, I'd be like, okay. But she's going to be 21 in the world. How can you ignore the 21st seed? Like, you can't, like, what happens if she qualifies? Should she get seeded? Like, how does that even work? Like, does that even work? Like, if she does play qualies and qualifies, will she come in as a qualifier or a seed? I don't know if there's ever been a seeded qualifier. Like, is that a thing? I have no idea. Probably. Or will she be a quali? So she won't even get seeded. I guess she won't get seeded, right? Because she'll be a quali. I don't even know. Here goes Mary Pierce, who beat Conchita Martinez in the 2000 final. And now Conchita Martinez is the winner and is going to get the trophy off her. Mary Pierce, the last French Roland Garros champion. That made sense, right? I'm pretty sure that made sense. It made sense to me. Yeah, so the reason... Okay, so for those who don't know what's going on. So the reason why Chwalinska has to play qualies is because the entry list... And this goes for every single tournament, right? Copy and paste this for every single event. 6 weeks before the first day of Wimbledon, 6 weeks ago, right? So Wimbledon starts on the 30th, 29th. 6 weeks earlier is the entry list. And that's the cutoff. So that's when your seed, so that's not when your seed, that's when your ranking has to be to make the cut, right? Has to be inside the top 100 usually, right? That was 6 weeks ago. We're currently 3 weeks out from Roland Garros. Her ranking on Monday will be in the top 30. But it depends on what her ranking was 6 weeks ago, which wasn't top 30, right? So that's why. That is why she doesn't get direct entry. So she needs a wild card. Now, Boiseau last year had the same problem. She was outside the top 100. Linda.
Congratulations, you did it, Mirra.
Yes, she did. Boiseau was outside the top 100 last year, made the semis, got into, I think she was like number 40, and then Wimbledon made her play qualies. And she lost first round of qualies, right? So, that sucks. But Chwalinska making a final of the Slam, I just feel like that you have to, they don't have to do anything, right? Wimbledon, and by the way, the reason why we're talking about this so much is because Wimbledon are notorious for ignoring players outside of the UK. Like, they will give all their wild cards to British players. That's it. Like, they will give the 500th player in the world a wild card as long as they're playing for the UK. Like, that's what they do. And that's fine. They can do whatever they want. It's their tournament. It's their, it's their wild cards, right? They can pick whoever they want. But it just feels like you got to put the Roland Garros. Like, you can't have a Roland Garros champion play qualifiers 2 weeks later. Because remember, the qualies are the week before the tournament. So Chwalinska, next week, she'll probably not play. The week after, she might play a tournament. And then the week after, she has to play qualies. So, like, Wimbledon qualies are like 2 weeks from now. You gotta give her a wild card. Why is the entry list closed 6 weeks earlier? That's just how it's been. I'm not sure if there's a reason or rhyme for that, but it's just how it is. 6 weeks prior. That's just how it is. And the entry list is like, so the players have to like, and this goes for more outside the big tournaments, but the big tournaments, obviously, everyone plays, right? If you're healthy. But the entry list is like, the entry list is entering the tournament. You have to actually sign up and go, yeah, I'm going to play that event. So, yeah. And if you don't make that list, right, or if you don't say, yes, I want to play, then you have to get a wild card. So that's why it's so important. Slams are compulsory anyway. So, like, you're not going to say no to a slam. But for the small events, let's say like a 500 in Queen's Club, you have to 6 weeks in advance have to say that you want to play if you're a top player. Otherwise, if you say no, I don't want to play, and then you change your mind last minute, which happens a lot, then you have to get a wild card. Anyways, Chwalinska's gonna speak. I can't hear her because she's just talking about how talented Andreeva is. She says it's so annoying. Good speech. And she said, I wish you all the best for the future. Yeah, Chwalinska's just he's such an annoying player to play. I love that. Just thanking everybody, all the people that made it possible. Thank you, Mary Pierce, for being here as well. So she just said, I was watching the match that she won the French in 2000. Or she said she was watching a match with Mauresmo and Pierce, apparently. There we go. That's nice. It is very windy, by the way. Still. Chwalinska's like, there's a lot going on in my head right now. All right, she's just thanking her team and family. You put your house on Gaboli. Cool. Were you allowed to, or did you get permission, or did you do that without? All right, they're all cheering on. They're all cheering Chwalinska. Thank you for sticking with me. To like try and do my best to continue. She's just thanking all the crowd. She's like, thanks for coming for the 3 weeks, because she's obviously played more than anybody here. That was fast. Yeah, look. I mean, it was a standard straight sets final, right? It was an hour and 20 minutes, Chwalinska's like, I tried my best, I'm sorry. No need to apologize. Can be your early prediction for Wimbledon. Sabalenka. If I keep picking her, she'll win one. Sabalenka. Yeah, I'm not putting anything on the screen because Roland Garros snipers are out, and I'm not testing their eyesight. All right. Just because we're at the 300K doesn't mean I'm going nuclear. All right. I'm not in that kind of mood right now. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not testing I'm not testing Roland Garros' shot. All right, I don't want to see them. If I start putting this on, you'll see a red dot on my head, and you'll be like, "Cam, watch out." We would last 30 seconds. That ain't gonna happen. Roland Garros, a quick shot. All right, Mary Pierce just thanking Andreeva. And she lifts the trophy. Tell you, chat, there is a lot of Grand Slam champions on the WTA, and there's a lot of top 10 players that are winning slams now. Back in the, probably 4 years ago, the players that that were winning 1000s were like the top 10. Now, the top 10's full of Grand Slam champions. Like, that's what we're getting to. Like, we're getting a top 10, and it's almost like if you don't have a Grand Slam in the top 10, there's a different level, right? There's levels to the top 10 now. There's 1000 champions, which is great, but then there's a group of Grand Slam champions too. So, like, players like Anisimova, Pegula, right? Svitolina, all these players have to try and win some of these slams to catch this other group that now will have them. And the thing is, the group that has them are kind of the young group, right? You've got, like, Raducanu, who's under 25 or maybe under 25. Andreeva, obviously Gauff as well. Like, there's a lot of young top 10 players winning big trophies now. And she's just saying, Andreeva's just thanking, or just congratulating Chwalinska for making it through the qualies. Super talented field, yeah. So competitive. Yeah, it's good for the WTA. And then you got players like Keys and Osaka and Krejcikova who are just outside, even Raducanu, just outside the top 30 as well, top 20. Krejcikova's a little further back, but we've seen how good she's like, I don't know if I should thank you, Mary, because you beat my coach. That's not savage. She's just thanking Roland Garros, all the people. Big dream of mine to win the tournament. This is where she broke out. I mean, she broke out on the clay 3 years ago. Remember Madrid? She made the final, the quarters of Madrid, and that was her first big breakout on the clay. So it wasn't probably not a surprise that this is her first slam, right? We shouldn't be shocked that she won a Roland Garros before anything else. Just thanking she thanked the line umpires. Only tournament we're going to be thanking them, unfortunately. I want to thank the electronic line call. I want to thank Hawkeye. Nobody thanking Hawkeye. Just saying thanks for everybody for helping us. All the admin and officials and the ball kids and just thanking her team. Oh, they've all got Mirra shirts. Oh, that's nice. They all came prepared with Mirra printed shirts. Can we buy those? Can I get one? By the way, chat, we're almost at 301,400. 301,400. Thank you. Don't forget to sub as well. Thank you to Conchita. That shirt's for sale for sure. It says fight. That's probably the nicest thing she said to Conchita in the speech. She's like, I can't thank everyone in the stands, but I'm going to... She's like, I'm going to thank everyone individually. Oh, Muguruza's there too, next to Conchita. There you go. Her mum's there. She said her dad is watching back on TV. Cooked.
Well, Boyson will get into this year's Wimbledon main draw from outside top 150. Same will go for Chwalinska in 2027.
Boiseau is going to have to play qualies. I'm not sure if she'll make the main draw, but Chwalinska might have to play. I don't think she'll... gosh, she can't play qualies. That's not fair. I'm not sure who she's talking to now, but she's saying thank you for somebody. Oh, she nearly knocked the trophy over. Oh, no. Is Andreeva number 1 in the race to the finals? That's crazy. Is she? Is she? She's speaking French now. Holy shit. I don't know what she's saying. Is she number 1 in the race to the finals? She is. Whoa, by 400 points. That's like legit. Shit. Is Andreeva the best player of the season? That's crazy. Like, that's impressive. 400 points ahead of Sabalenka. Why are we not talking about her at number 1? Like, why are we not talking about her at number 1? Andreeva just thanking everybody in Paris. She's number 1 in the race to finals. That is wild. That's impressive. Appreciate your subscribers. Great group here you have built. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, you guys are legends. Thank you, everybody, for being so cool. She's just going to thank herself as well. She has a shirt that says, I want to thank... Her jacket says, I just want to thank myself. For believing in myself. She speaks French too. Yeah, she says she doesn't speak French very good, but better than me. I want to thank myself. That's a great jacket. It's a long speech. Yeah, look, she won a Grand Slam. She can speak as long as she wants. If you win a Grand Slam, you can speak for 20 minutes. I don't care. We ain't going to play no music to let you know, it's not the Oscars. You can play as long as you want. You can talk as long as you want. You earned it. You won this thing. Who cares? You go. Speak. You've worked so hard to get here. Keep going. Keep going. And then they grab the mic off her. Hey, give it back to her. Give her back the microphone. By the way, they're blowing back up the tarp, apparently, in Birmingham. We are going to go back to Birmingham, don't worry. By Mirra, very well spoken. I mean, she speaks a lot, and that's fine. But she is very well spoken. For a 19-year-old, that's crazy. The era of Mirra. Ooh, that's a good ring to it. I'll tell you, Wimbledon's going to be interesting. Like I said, chat, it's one thing having the pressure of being a future Grand Slam champion, right, and the expectations of that. Now she is a Grand Slam champion. That takes a whole nother level of, and we've seen a lot of players, and look, I don't want to be harsh to these players, but I have to name them because we're here. Players that have won a slam, but unfortunately haven't been able to keep that level. There's more of those than there's not, right? The players like Swiatek, Sabalenka, Gauff, right? All those players, even Osaka and Keys, they were able to stay up the top, right? After winning their slams, or at least, doing the big thing. But then there's players like, Penko recently, right? She hasn't been able to reclaim that same thing that she did like nearly 10 years ago. Unfortunately, Bondi hasn't been able to, stay fit enough. Obviously, Raducanu, even Andreescu, right? Some of these players, they're always going to be champions, which we never can take away. But it is always tough to then be, people going to try and beat you because they want to get a win over a Grand Slam champion. So now the pressures of being the champ is going to be there. And it happened to all of them. And some of them were able to go on and win another one. Some of them made another final, right? There are like even Sloane Stephens or, even Kennan, right? They made a final. But the expectations just gone way up. It never ends. Like, it's a thankless... I mean, you win one, and then the next day it's like, well, now what? What are you going to do now? Now you got to win Wimbledon, right? But I tell you, Mirra, she's been great on the clay. She had a bad Madrid final for her standard. Kostyuk played great too. And then she lost. She beat Swiatek on clay in Stuttgart, and that really set this up. If you look at her clay record over the last couple of months, right? Starts with the win in Linz. After the Sunshine Double, she wins in Linz. Then she beats, and again, I know people are going to say, but Swiatek's not good anymore. That's not true. She beats Penko in Stuttgart, and then she beats Swiatek. She ended up losing to Raducanu, who won the whole thing and drove the car. She then goes on and loses to Kostyuk in the final of Madrid, which is a little bit, it felt like that was a missed opportunity. She then lost to Gauff in Rome, which is not a bad loss. Coco on clay. She's a reigning French Open champion. And then she comes through here. She beats Castell. She beats Kostyuk. And then she takes out the very tough wildcard final.
It took less than 2 years for Andreeva to win a title at every level of WTA, from 150 to Grand Slam. Welcome to the big leagues.
That's crazy. That is a crazy stat. That's actually a crazy stat. Thank you for the donation. That's a great stat. That is a great stat. Just got to win the WTA finals now, right? But this is going to be interesting because now we go to grass, right? The ladies all go to the grass. Let's see how Andreeva can handle. By the way, Andreeva could have easily done really well at Wimbledon. Maybe it was a little bit early for her. back in was it 24 when she lost her keys and kind of like lost her mind a little bit and got a little bit pissed off and lost the match due to frustration. But now with this confidence, this new version of her, it's gonna be interesting to see how she deals with the Wimbledon with Wimbledon. I mean, she could win Wimbledon. Wimbledon's not up. It's not anybody's, owning, right? Nobody's owning Wimbledon right now. Why couldn't Andreeva win Wimbledon? All right, they're talking about the men's final. By the way, Birmingham. We're going back to Birmingham soon. Still not coming back yet, though. We're not back yet, but we are heading back to Birmingham. It actually worked out really well. I'm glad that we were able to watch this final uninterrupted for the most part. A little interruption, but that's okay. No one can own Wimbledon. Well, no one's been owning Wimbledon, right? Since like Venus, Serena, and But Mirra could win Wimbledon. She just has to. She just has to figure. She got to figure out the grass game real quick. Eala update. It's still raining in Birmingham. They were starting to take the covers off, but now they've stopped. So unfortunately, haven't got back yet. Open the box. Now we're opening it soon. We're doing a separate stream for that. So if you want to join us for that, I'm just waiting on what we do with the Eala match, because if the Eala match gets cancelled, then we'll go straight to the 300k party after this. But we're going to finish off the Eala match before we do the party. So it's hard to win Roland Garros and Wimbledon back to back, of course. But I'm saying that she could do it. Like, it's not like she can't play on grass. We know that we've seen her play on grass and play okay on grass. So Zverev winning tomorrow and then winning Wimbledon would be way harder than I think Andreeva. I think Andreeva's got a better chance of doing that than Zverev would. So yeah. Queen's draw. Yeah, did that come out yet? I think it's coming out soon. I love that for Conchita. I love that. I love that for Martinez, because and look, chat, I know it's not you guys. It's other people that like rock up every now and again. But people were calling for her head, and which is crazy, because she was always going to guide Mirra to Grand Slam glory. Like, she was the best choice. There was no other coach that Mirra needed. She had the right coach. She just needed to, settle herself up, right? Settle herself down, right? Conchita being the coach to do it was always going to be the coach to do it. So I love that for them, because she, even at the end of last year, and this is a legitimate criticism, right? Andreeva, from the French Open last year, completely fell off, right? She was like dominating, and then the clay was a little bit dodgy, but then she lost that match to Boiseau, and then everything went wrong. She was meant to be at the WTA finals. They made a bit of a scheduling error. They didn't play Tokyo when they could have. Raducanu took her spot. Remember? At the end of last year, kicked her out of the WTA finals. She just didn't play at the end of the year to qualify, when they thought maybe that she was going to qualify without having to play. And that was an error on their part. And Andreeva said as much, right? The team made a mistake. So for them, legitimately under pressure coming into this season, is nice now that they get the win and now have got that Grand Slam under their belt, because again, Conchita was always going to be the best version for Mirra. Conchita Martinez, by the way, did coach Muguruza, who was standing up there as well. She coached her in 2017, 2018, and then 2020 to 2023. And then when Muguruza retired, she took over as Andreeva's coach. And they won. They won Wimbledon together and the WTA finals. So again, Conchita Martinez is a Grand Slam coach and also a player, but a Grand Slam winning coach with two different players now. So I remember when Conchita back in the day, yeah. I need to go to sleep. No worries, Linda. We'll see you later. 100%. Conchita is fab for Mirra. Yeah. Buzkova has lost in the third round to the last 3 French Open champions. Brutal. So you're saying that she might win the French next year. Pliskova for the French Open. Is that what you're saying? I want to see Maja continue to play. Oh, she will. I'm excited to watch Chwalinska, going forward, right? Who's she going to play? Like, how's she going to look on grass, right? I think that game is going to be very awkward. It's going to be a tough game to play against on grass as well, No worries. By the way, we're going to open this box. We're going to open this box in a separate stream, which is going to be a bit of a Q&A hangout. So make sure you join us for that in hopefully soon. Just waiting to see what happens with the Eala's match. Because Eala is... I promised the Philippine fans that we're going to be back. And we're going to watch the rest of her match. We missed out on a couple of games, but I'm a man of my word. She almost won AO. Who, Conchita? It's a win for both of them, just from a different perspective. Exactly. Still a great run for Maja. Exactly. The rain in Birmingham has started. Where's is Mish still here? Where's our on the ground correspondent from Birmingham? The rain. It's still lightly raining, but they're going to come back out on court very soon. They will finish this match today. The tournament will not want them to come back tomorrow and play 2 games. I don't know if it's... Oh, no, it's not bad light. What's the time in the UK? What time is it in the UK? Need to step out and see you on the celebration stream. No worries. Thank you for joining, Nathaniel. It's 4:25. Okay. So how much sunlight left? Like, what are we talking? Like 3 hours left of sun? Headed out. Thanks, Cam. No worries. Thank you, Eric. Grass season for WTA. That's it. No more clay. The clay is done for the ladies. One more clay court match for the men. Unless we go to after Wimbledon, we go to... unless we go after Wimbledon. All right. We're going to kick off... Oh, man, I'm just trying to think. I'm just having a look at... Are they going to start taking the covers off it yet? We'll have to wait and see. What we're going to do, here's the plan. I'm going to send you over to the Eala match. We're going to restart that. And we're going to just shoot the shit while we wait for... If you want to keep talking about French Open tennis, jump on over there because we can do that while we wait for the rain to stop. That'll be the better option. And then all the people that want to watch Eala, we can inform them what's going on if they've left. So that's the best option. So I'll jump over there and we'll watch the rest of Eala. And then we'll open that box of cards in the 300K stream, which is going to happen after that. I'm going to grab a tea. Jump on over and talk amongst yourselves for a second. Andreeva wins. First Grand Slam of her career. She wins 6-3, 6-2. She beats Chwalinska in the final. And now it's on time for the grass. Clay is done. These ladies, unless Chwalinska plays after Wimbledon on clay, neither of these ladies will probably play clay until next year. And the clay season is over definitely for Andreeva. She is not playing clay. I would be very surprised if she played clay after Wimbledon. But great run from Chwalinska. Great run from Andreeva. And she's your champion for 2026.